We are in full-blown summer around here. We have been having the hottest days, so we have been at the water park just trying to stay cool. We've had company visiting, we've been traveling and doing all the summer things. And a Sunday reset, which I traditionally do every single Sunday, and I've shared once a month on YouTube, just isn't working for us right now. So I have switched my routine to a midweek reset, and that has worked a lot better for these busy summer days. There is some overlap between a Sunday reset and a midweek reset, but I think the differentiating factor is that a midweek reset really focuses on super easy, quick wins that you can do throughout the day. Whereas often, at least for me, a Sunday reset is a larger chunk of the day where I get bigger projects done. Not always like huge projects, but definitely bigger than what I do during a midweek reset. Anytime I'm doing a reset, I start with sourdough because that takes the longest. So here I am making a batch of sourdough soft pretzels. And I know that sounds maybe a little more in depth than what I'm saying a midweek reset is, but the reality is these are super easy to make. You can get the full recipe over on my blog at moonandmagnolia.com, but you just put the ingredients in the stand mixer, let it mix for like 5 minutes until it's combined and smooth and elastic. It does not have to pass the window pane test. It's a super forgiving dough, and then you just let it bulk ferment for the rest of the day. So I find this to be a little bit faster than other types of dough because it doesn't need to reach the window pane test. But more than that, something like a soft pretzel, or like last week I made bagels, those are grab and go foods. They're actually easier for us to eat and deal with than, say, a loaf of sandwich bread, because if I have sandwich bread, then that means I have to make sandwiches. But this, we can just grab it, dip it in whatever we want, and have an easy snack. We'll get back to those soft pretzels and a few more recipes in a minute. But one of the things I'm also working into my midweek reset is just a little bit of laundry, and not all of our clothes, but really those things that start to pile up and back up the laundry routine during the weekend. So right now, I'm just getting things like the guest room linens done, bathing suits, beach towels, kitchen towels, those sorts of things that can help me get through the week, but more importantly, will make the weekend easier because we have guests coming in and because we will be going back to the water park and need those sorts of things. So I don't really recommend for a midweek reset to do every single load of laundry in your house. Really focus on the things that might cause more stress, that would make your life a little bit easier if they were washed, dried, and folded, and then do all that other laundry during your regular laundry routine. Of course, any reset, whether it's on Sunday or midweek, usually has some sort of food prep in it. So here I am making a pot of homemade cheeseburger helper, and I have this recipe over on my blog at moonandmagnolia.com. I'll leave links for all the recipes I mentioned today in the description box. I'm not really much of a meal planner, but if I'm doing a Sunday reset, I do think a little more ahead about what we might want to eat that week, what I need to pull out to thaw, how I can make different ingredients and combine them into meals throughout the week. But for a midweek reset, I'm not doing any of that at all. I'm simply looking in my fridge, seeing what needs to be used, and then I'm making something really easy with that. To be able to cook quickly and on a whim, whether it's a midweek reset or any other day of the week, it's really important to have recipes that are always in your back pocket, that you don't need to look at anything, that you can just make with your eyes closed. And this recipe for me is definitely one of those. This is a family favorite for us, and it's super easy. So you just brown some ground beef in a Dutch oven, add in some onions and garlic, and then once that is cooked, you just simply add in a can of tomatoes, and then you cook the noodles right in that one pot. Generally speaking, when you're cooking noodles in a one pot dish like this, you'll need 8 ounces of liquid for every 4 ounces of pasta. It doesn't always work out like that. I usually have to add a little more water to the pot to make sure those noodles are thoroughly cooked. I think it's always better to err on the side of a little less liquid because you can always add more in. Of course, you can't take the liquid out if you put too much in. And now this is anecdotal, but in my experience, I found that the store-bought pasta requires less liquid and almost always overcooked. So anytime I'm making a one-pot meal with pasta like this, I try to get a name brand pasta. In my experience, it just works better. But in any case, once that's finished, you just add in some shredded cheese and it is delicious. And I like to make this in a big batch, as you can see here, and then I put it in the fridge and we just eat it for lunch and dinner for a couple days. So from my family of three, one batch of this will get us through about 2 to 2.5 days. Given our lives right now in the summer, we have been traveling, we've had company over, we've been going out to eat a lot. In fact, I think we've gone out to eat more this summer than we did in like the last year combined, but we've had a great time, by the way. But because of that, during the midweek reset, I am not cooking as much as I would during a Sunday reset. On a Sunday reset, I make enough food for almost the entire week, if not a little bit more for the freezer. But for a midweek reset, I'm just really focusing on getting through the week, maybe a little bit for the weekend, and that is it. Of course, you'll need to address the needs of your family, but I really do encourage you to think of the midweek reset as a time to just do a few things, not everything. I feel like I should mention the difference in how a midweek reset is scheduled in comparison to, say, a Sunday reset. So at least for me, a Sunday reset, I usually block out a couple of hours and I do a number of things during those hours. I don't do anything before that and I don't do anything after that. It is one scheduled chunk of time. For a midweek reset, I'm just peppering in things that I can do throughout the day because I still have all the things that I need to do during the week. So on this particular day, I had to take my daughter to camp. I had to go pick her up. I had to run a couple of errands. I had to go pick up a baby shower gift. Then I had to go to the baby shower. So I'm doing all of these things just in little pockets of my day. And I think that really highlights the importance of small wins during a midweek reset. Things that you can do in 10 or 15 minutes during the little parts of your day where you just have a second to get some things done. Like in this case, as always, I am making a pot of Instant Pot boiled eggs. They're super easy to make. They take 15 minutes total. And then I have, in this case, 14 boiled eggs that we can eat over the next few days. And then on top of that, that gave me a chance to just wash and put away the eggs that I recently got. So I buy my eggs from a woman with backyard chickens and they're not always clean. So that was a great opportunity to get that done, which makes the weekend and even the coming week a little bit easier. Anytime you can layer your tasks within a couple of minutes, it is so helpful. So while the eggs are in the Instant Pot, I'm getting the other eggs prepared. Or while something else is cooking in the Instant Pot, I am folding kitchen towels and putting them away. It's helpful to not think of all the things that you have to do in a linear way, but to really get organized in your mind and think about how can you stack or scaffold the things that you need to do so you can fit them within 10 or 15 minutes. I like to think about the midweek reset as a way to regain momentum for the week. And one way that I do that is by just tidying up. Of course, we have to clean our kitchens all the time and tidy up. But while I'm in the midst of this midweek reset, I am trying to get my kitchen just a little bit wiped down. Honestly, my kitchen's in need of a deep clean. I will get to that later. I can't get to that until school starts. But for now, I'm just focusing on things that I can get done in small pockets of time and the things that are kind of driving me crazy about my kitchen. So every afternoon when the light shines in our backsliding door, it really illuminates all the spots on my fridge and they kind of drive me crazy. And after a while, when I see that so many times, I kind of dread going in the kitchen. I know that it's really not that big of a deal, but it's easier to get things done and you just feel a little bit better when things are wiped down and clean. And one way to make that more manageable in small pockets of time is to make sure you have the right supplies. So make sure your towels and rags are clean and ready to go so you can wipe down the windowsill like I'm doing here. You can wipe down the counters. Make sure you have cleaning supplies that are accessible. I usually make most of my own cleaning supplies, but I do keep some stainless steel wipes and a few other things on hand that make cleaning my fridge and cleaning the front of my oven a lot easier. Because in the middle of the week, when I'm trying to just clean up a few things in 10 minutes, I'm not busting out my steam cleaner. I'm not busting out a whole bunch of cleaning supplies and getting down on hands and knees and cleaning everything. I just need to keep it really simple. So keeping a few wipes on hand makes it really easy. Making sure I'm fully prepared makes it really fast. But there is a little bit of surrender here, because when you do get down low and you start seeing all the handprints on the cabinets and all the things that really need to be deep cleaned, it's really easy to get sucked in. And the next thing you know, it's like hours later and you're still cleaning and you actually haven't gotten anything done that will help you for the rest of the week or into the weekend. So for a midweek reset, I think it's really important to just stay committed to the task at hand. You can get to the other things later. Do not worry. That mess will be there waiting for you. You can get to it later. Just do the things that help you right now. It's funny, some of these tasks like wiping down the fridge or cleaning the front of the oven or even washing the kitchen rugs like I'm doing here, it seems like something that would take a lot more time, but when you just do it, it's shockingly fast. And I say this a lot, and I feel this in my life a lot. Often just the weight or the thought of doing something is a lot harder than just doing it. So just set yourself 10 minutes and then just do a couple of things to make your home feel better. I say this all the time, and it's true all of the time. If you already have your Instant Pot out and dirty, go ahead and make something else in it. You might as well get 2 or more uses out of it before you wash it and put it away. So I already made those Instant Pot boiled eggs, and now I am making a bacon and beef chili. So it's summer. Chili isn't really a summer food, but I don't have anything else thaw. And during these midweek resets, I'm just really trying to use up anything that I have in my fridge. I don't want to thaw anything. I don't want to get wrapped up in anything new. And I have some ground beef and bacon in my fridge. So first, I'm just cutting up some bacon. I'd really recommend chopping it on a cutting board. I thought it'd be faster with scissors. It was a total pain. Don't do it. So just chop up some bacon, put it in your Instant Pot and saute it. And once that fat starts to render out, throw the ground beef right in there and then let them cook together. And then here, once all the meat is brown, I am adding in some chopped onions and some green peppers from our garden. I actually also have some elephant garlic from our garden that I chopped up. And then I am throwing in a can of pinto beans. So these are home canned pinto beans. I have directions for that over on my blog. I will leave that in the description box. And then I'm just throwing in things that I have that would work in a chili. I also have a can of home canned tomatoes, and I'm throwing in some cumin seeds and some smoked paprika and a cup of water. I pressure cook this on high for 15 minutes and then I let it naturally release, and it is so easy to make. Between this chili and the cheeseburger helper that I made earlier in the video, that's enough food for us to coast through the next few days, especially because I almost always have some pre-cooked rice in the freezer, or sometimes I have freeze-dried mashed potatoes in the pantry, or even frozen sourdough bread. So we have other things that we can eat with it. Now, I will say, I think this chili turned out a little more brothy than I anticipated, but that's not a big deal at all. You can use a slotted spoon to get the chili out. And I live with a Southern husband, and he'll turn any sort of leftover sauce or drippings into a gravy. So we will definitely get use of that. On Sunday resets, I'm often focused on really practical things. But for a midweek reset, I do like to sneak in something fun for the weekend. So here I am making the easiest homemade vanilla ice cream. I think this recipe will be up on my blog by the time you're watching this video. I'll leave a link for that in the description box below. But it is the easiest recipe, especially if you have an ice cream machine like this one that has a compressor. So you simply mix together milk, cream, sugar, and vanilla. And for my ice cream maker, you just pour it right in the container, turn the machine on, and you're done. So that only takes 45 minutes for it to churn and to freeze the ice cream. And during that time, I actually ran out to go pick up a baby shower gift. This ice cream maker is awesome. You don't have to worry about pre-freezing anything. There's no salt. It's just pour, turn it on, and you are done. But what I like about making ice cream for a midweek reset, so we have a treat for the weekend, is that it's totally hands off. I love, of course, to make sourdough discard treats, cookies, cakes. I love to bake, but that requires a lot of time and you have to be home for that. So I was just able to go run a couple of errands while my ice cream was in the ice cream machine, and that's it. So it's a really great treat for a midweek reset. Okay, let's get back to those sourdough soft pretzels. So, the nice thing about sourdough, and I say this all the time, is that you can fit it into your schedule. So, I let that dough bulk ferment for the rest of the day. I had a baby shower to go to, so I just covered the bowl with some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge. And now I am wrapping up things for the evening, which gives me the chance then to deal with the pretzels the next day. So, it is okay if your midweek reset rolls into the next day. Not a problem at all, especially with sourdough. So now that that has bulk fermented and it's cold proofed overnight, I am dividing the dough into 16 pieces. And to make a pretzel, I will say you have to roll that dough into a thinner rope than you'd probably anticipate. It really needs to be rolled out into a rope that's about 20 to 22 inches long. So it seems really thin in diameter, but it's actually not, because that dough kind of stretches back and then it'll puff up again once you proof it. So you simply just roll it into a long rope, make it into a U shape, twist the ends, fold them over, let them proof, and then you boil them in a water bath with a half a cup of baking soda, probably more than you would anticipate. Don't let them be in there too long, only 30 seconds will do. And then I sprinkle them with salt, but I will say I like to let them cool just for like 45 seconds to a minute so that salt doesn't dissolve. And then you bake them at 425 for about 10 to 15 minutes until they are golden. And you have a delicious scratch made, really easy grab and go treat for the rest of your week. But laundry, sourdough pretzels, meals, whatever it is you're doing, just remember your midweek reset shouldn't stress you out. These should just be things that you can fit within the pockets of your day that make the coming days a little bit easier.